class until I say no.
It really is.
Oh, afternoon. Your sun is going down. Let's get the palm faces down. I'll tell you a story. And don't yell out what you think you see. Just watch and listen. But I'm going to start with Steve. Okay. Okay. The story's a little more involved than I thought it was going to be. Do you want me to help you out here with it? He's hunting.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
You saw a big one.
Okay, then you're on your own. He's telling the story. Okay. That's where I thought the story was going to be about the 2-hour trek, getting it back up to the top of the ridge. shot it at 7. We didn't get back till 12:30. Okay, so what was the story?
He and Steve
You went a lot more longer than I thought.
They both go to a tree stand.
Yeah.
Do what? I
They go
heard.
to a tree stand.
Yeah. One. Yeah. Each of them was in
Far away, they can't see each other.
Right.
Right.
You look down. At one point, saw one close, a big one, really big. But you couldn't turn around and just turn around.
My shoulder was up against the tree. Yes, my shoulder was against the tree. Uh-huh.
And the deer heard him turn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so he stopped and looked his way. Still as a mouse.
And that was nerve-wracking. My heart was beating hard then. Yes, yes. What else? What
Steve didn't load his gun or something.
Kept jamming.
Well, his
Jam.
Jam.
Yeah, there was a bad bullet in it.
His
He didn't have a seat anywhere.
Did Randy wound it? Yeah, I missed some of that one.
They both shot the same deer, didn't they?
Oh.
Yeah, I wounded it. It was still alive and got away. And Steve could hear it yelling. So we found the deer, and then Steve killed it.
I did hear the story.
So the tree, blood. Uh-huh.
Whatever the big one.
Steve's was bigger than mine. His was a rut or in rut. Mine was younger, but they were both 8 points.
Wow.
Two different deer.
Okay, it's two deer.
Two deer. Steve had his own, which Randy was saying he didn't know. He didn't hear any shots, you know. He didn't know Steve had his own thing going on. And then so he said, and I waited and waited for Steve. He heard my shots. He should have come, you know, but he was kind of busy. So made you work for that one. You know, that was a longer story with more. Y'all did good. Very good. Okay. Let's review real quick. See what you remember from last week. We have some folks who weren't here last week. Yep, sick. Mm-hmm. Sick can be done with one hand. Tell me. Oh, they were saying it. Yes. Okay. Did anybody know that? You have to tell him.
Sorry.
Hello?
So sick is with your middle finger.
Middle finger. Yes. Two hands, forehead and chest, or one hand.
As in head.
It can be either way. Depends on how you feel. I'm sick. I'm going to go home. Or I am sick. Just really bad. Two hands is really bad.
Good night.
What's this? Or good night. Mm-hmm. He's asking that he's actually asking how are y'all?
Oh,
He's asking how are y'all? There you go. Respond. There you go. He's like, okay, so answer. You want to say?
How are y'all?
Fine. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. How else can you be if I say how are you?
Well, I said angry.
Sick. You can be sick. Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Glad for that. I think that's enough of a review. Well, you can continue on.
No basic.
Okay. Oh, really?
He's camera shy.
Okay, so we're still going to, I'm not going to use a lot of voice, and we're trying to get where everybody can see me on time. Okay.
Sun.
I want to go to. Okay, see that? Yeah, you need to know that.
You know how to do it. What's this? So these are females in schools.
How much do you want to speak of your sister? Do you want to call her your girl sibling, or do you just want to say, I'm a sister? Sister. No? Okay. So different. Sister. Okay. And you're going to see in a book,
And a thumbs up or not?
brother, sister. Thumbs are optional.
I wondered about that. Because I had mine up a minute ago, and then I noticed you changed it.
I do. I thumb, but he does not. Thumbs are optional.
Is it true that everyone has their own way, like a language or accent to sign language? Most deaf people, or not even deaf people, but
I wouldn't say not by individuals.
kind of like from Wisconsin to
You may have some regional
Southern.
differences. Yeah, you're gonna, your southern signers tend to sign slower. I don't know, but it's true. And there can be regional things like Coke and pop, things that we say use a different version of the same word. But a lot of signs are the same. Okay. When I said picnic, and he went picnic, okay. Other signs, picnic. I don't remember all those. Some people spell picnic.
but some people don't. I've seen this before. I saw that
Like a
drama,
physical house?
like a house. Yeah, I saw it.
No, that would be non-typical sign language for somebody to do that for home. Home's pretty standard. That's a pretty that's a pretty standard one. So that would be non-typical. Not saying you'll never see it. There's some non-typical people out there. But like Sunday, we say Sunday in Alabama. Sunday. Sunday in North Carolina. Sunday in Florida, the day you ring the bells. So some differences. We're Sunday.
Grace is
Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't have a way to remember it. So, okay, back to here. Alright, so, okay, we do. Yes. Oh, YouTube. Right. See, you're picking up all the little, I love it. Right, and that's it. So, YouTube. Well, actually, we talked about it for months and could never come up with the name sign. If it was a boy, you knew. And we knew with this, we knew with this, we knew this, we knew this, we knew this, and we knew people who already had these name signs. And his ex-girlfriend came to visit us in the hospital while we were there, and she came up and she said, "Well, why not Ryan, like Francis?" And we looked at each other and said, "We don't know anybody that's okay. Thank you. You named my child." So anyway, that's how that happened. Okay, so we have, right, yeah. Very good, very good. I like this. Okay, so I don't want to draw.
Francis, just female for future reference on family trees, circles are females, squares are males.
Oh, you didn't see the struggle we had just getting it up there
I
the first
did
time?
not. I forgot. I'm sorry.
We're just like good. Yeah, this
The one I pulled up was all the squares.
I was lucky to get this. Because, it did start with, what did it start with? That was wrong. So. Okay. So maybe as we go along, we can do this. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's where we're
Yeah, I'm getting there. Okay.
We're eager.
Yes, and I like that because that is, yes, that
Congratulations.
You can draw a little wedding if you want to. Dun, dun, dun. That's the wedding. That's a sign for wedding, to where you're married.
So if you're describing a wedding, you do that? Kind of like, oh, I went to a
We
wedding.
just do that, right? A wedding.
Wedding.
Okay. Okay, now. You have to have brothers and sisters too.
What's the wife? It's a deer and a beat.
Brother, sister. First.
Yes. Now, we've got these, we've got nameless, so we're just gonna. And you can cousins, just kind of in the middle, cousins. Only because this, once you get to cousins and you start getting to twice removed and 14th removed, they're all just at the ear. Generic cousins. Cousins are generic. Okay. You'll have to. Okay. So now, we got to get more here.
Married. Daily wife. Angie. Oh, they're married. Oh, so she's
Yes,
that's her son.
that is Angie Filial Smallwood. She's had that name son since she was a youngins. So, okay. Okay. Go.
It's great then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit the person in the face while you're talking to them.
You don't have to move.
Shake it out there a few times. Yes, it's way down the line.
You see people say, great. But you can show that in the sign, so you don't have to add the great. Okay. I'm sorry, we didn't do that. Yeah. daughters. Mhm.
What about niece and nephew?
There you go. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Now it's not do that. His niece. With the N. With an N. Yes. You barely see the thumb, but it's there. Niece, nephew. So.
Two nephews and two nieces.
Say that again.
2 nephews and 2 nieces. He has 2 nephews and 2 nieces.
Well, what was it?
Is that what you said? 2 nieces. 3 nephews. Okay.
Right.
What about husband, wife? You did marry, but what's wife?
Yes.
So,
And again, it's. So I guess that's why he just does the same brother sister with this finger, because husband wife. It's easier than having a different handshake for each kind of set of family. Just keep with that.
keep it simple.
Mhm. Okay.
Well, that's the problem.
Uh-huh. So, that's not the best camera view, excuse me.
Son-in-law, that's it.
Oh, that's fine.
Wait a minute. Oh, L. Okay, got it. Father-in-law. Got it.
I see something. You can raise your hand. Uh-huh.
There's
Why are you saying
mother.
Do you sign the in-law?
You're saying that like
That's
like it's just bad.
never. But that's just the way the law comes out on your face. That's the way law is on your face.
You just have to recover after.
Okay. What is he? Yes. Son-in-law. Yes.
You can go.
I'm glad he doesn't tell you.
So we want him to go there. Okay. Unknown over here.
Okay.
Are you cool?
Okay.
What's the sign for family?
Yeah, that was, I did want to make sure that we included that. So.
We got half the seat.
Sign, though.
Yes, yes. Right, yes. Mhm.
Your finger.
Okay. We'll start easy and then I'll cut it up. Okay. You come into the frame. Thank you, dear. All right. He's going to sign a family relationship and tell us what he said. Yes. Any that we've covered.
Oh, daughter.
Yeah, daughter. Right. You're right. That's a big girl. Yes. Yes. Brother. Yes.
No brothers.
I have no brothers. Right. Brothers? None. Mother. That's right. Mother. Very good. Right.
Wait, brother-in-law. Brother-in-law.
Right. Brother-in-law.
You know me out there.
I'm gonna do what she said people we shouldn't really do, but
Great
grandfather.
grandfather.
Great grandfather. Yes. And then you do great. That would be her grandparents. Great grandpa.
What about Hannah's son?
What's that?
Wedding.
Right, that's wedding. Mm-hmm. With an H. Okay. With an M. Anna Madeline. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know his name sign? Name sign? Cecil. Right. And Jane. Jane and Angie have, and Cecil all have the same location on the face.
Okay, Andy is here.
Mm-hmm. Angie.
And then Cecil
No.
and
So not every person gets to have a different sign for their name. It's not unique to them. It's
Yes. You come up with name signs for people. Like we made up a name sign for a person who, based on the way they always pulled their hair back in a bun, so we gave it that swishing sign. We've had people come up with a name sign. Person who had a long ponytail, we gave them that name sign. So it can be based on a physical attribute, like this person always has short hair. If
this is
Okay.
well,
What are we gonna do with that?
if people are involved in the deaf community or with deaf people, then the deaf community usually gives you a name sign.
they at the time when I was doing it now, when I was learning ASL, my hair is naturally corkscrew curly, so they gave me R with the
See, there you go.
Or through currently.
There you go. Right. So it's given to you, and generally it can either be very iconic. It's going to be the first letter of your name somewhere, Bruce, it's Randy, somewhere like that. Sometimes it's based on a physical attribute. Somebody has a scar, then they might be an R on the chin, because that's Scarface. Oh yeah, Annie Ruth. Randy gave her a smiley A because she was always smiling. So Annie Ruth, different things. So it's kind of it's not done arbitrarily because then you've got to keep up with them. And then when we go to another place, well, they don't know this. They don't know this, right? So you still introduce yourself and say, well, when he moved to Atlanta, there was another guy there who was this name sign. And there was another guy here in Huntsville when we moved to Huntsville who had this name sign. So it was always Randy, Roy, name sign plus, let me tell you who I'm really talking about. I have a story about that. I met Frances while she was in Atlanta. Went to the Deaf Bowling League one night. And it was my first time to come in and meet some deaf folks in Atlanta. There was one person that I knew, Tim. So Tim and I were talking. And there was the other deaf guy with the same name sign was also a Randy in Atlanta. So he was from that Atlanta area with the same name sign and the same first name. So we had one person who kept calling the other guy trying to get a hold of me and kind of had a little bit of an issue. I don't know who you're calling and who you are. Yes, we went to school together. Because this is, okay, I have this, because this is all being done via typing, okay? Before video phones, before technology, we were using TDDs typing, and they just call and say, hey, and I felt real bad for the other Randy guy. Because he'd get calls from some guy you follow saying, hey, Randy, yeah, I felt real bad for him. So, yeah. And so you always introduce yourself by spelling your name and name sign saying, I used to say I'm Randy from Alabama. That's how we split it up. I'm the Randy from Alabama. And then the other guy was the Randy from Georgia. That's how we decided to. Well, we have 5 minutes, so we're not going to start the new. There was something else that we forgot, and I was looking at that thinking, okay, no, that's fine. You teach that. What did we forget?
Is there a specific sign for parents or grandparents? Or do you just do
Mama, Dad. Start with Mama. Mama, Dad. Mama, Dad. Mm-hmm. That's a parent. You see it with the P. See with P for parents, they'd say, take this home to your parents. But Mama, Daddy.
You can't have one of them sign.
You can hurt yourself. You can hurt yourself, yes. Even when you don't, you can still poke yourself in the eye, wipe your necklace up on yourself. Yes, you can do all these. Yes. It was, what else have we, there's husband line. I remember looking at this and saying, oh.
You got grandson and granddaughters too.
Oh.
Don't teach me.
Son.
Granddaughter.
Granddaughter, yeah.
So two.
Granddaughter. You do the grand. I don't remember. Now, that grand, as in grandparent, is not the sign for a grand old place or ain't that grand. It's a whole different meaning. That is the grand as in grandparent.
Grand, is it 2 hands or 1? Because I'm seeing 2. I just make sure.
It doesn't matter. He uses 2. I use 1.
So is it
Grandparent, children. It had to do with that whole parent relationship. It was a relationship word. What did we miss? Grandchildren. I'd say from the mama. You could say grandchildren. Yeah, and other children. Can't remember what it was. It was 2 minutes. I hate to just stand up here and dance for 2 minutes. Okay, we didn't do the
gummy.
Girls.
Friend. Sister.
Girls.
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 Oh, yeah, girls.
Girls.
Circles.
Circles. Girls.
Oh, yeah, heard that.
Girls.
or a new one.
Woman.
A woman. Oh, okay. For those who don't know. The woman. And man.
Okay, boys in a man's body. Okay. I'm right too. Okay, that was it. It's like we didn't even do the gender thing, the male, female, boys, girls, man, woman. Okay. Next week, when we draw this up on the board and say, who's this to this, and you're going to be able to answer, right?
Be here next week because the last leader.
Lads to leaders is next week. Who does that impact in this room? Who's going to be? That's a lot of y'all, right? Okay. If it was not really impacting, then we would still meet. But it seems like there's going to be a lot of you that'll be gone to Nashville.
We should be back.
Yes, but when you come back from lads,
We leave it new. Yeah. Zombie.
and
Tired.
so right, talked about last week. Tired. So just not meet next week. It doesn't matter to us. Those of you that are going, just think you want to take a break for next week. And
Yeah, I think I could watch this again, probably, for myself.
it is posted online, and people have been watching it. Who's watched it? Let me ask. Nobody in this room? You watched it? You watched it? Okay. He said there were 7 views. Like, wow. Yeah. Like, really? Okay. So answer. You want class next week? Those of you who's saying this is small, but just cancel it. I mean, unless, we are here. We're here. So, we can have class.
We can do it.
I'll be here.
I'll try. Is there any to do after meetings?
That's fine. We'll have class. It will be recorded. If you can't make it, if you just can't make it, that's fine. And you can watch it. Yeah, it'll be recorded. So class? Yeah?
But Melanie's fine.
Okay. We will have class. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no. Good.